wavelength. So this is the wave, this is displacement y, and this is time axis. Right? Now this is one of the characteristic of a wave. Now what is the wavelength? We have to discuss here, right? Now if you see this one, the word wavelength, wavelength means the length of a wave. First one is length of the wave. Length of the wave. Right? So length of the wave. Right? This is the first basic definition we can say. Length of the wave is called wavelength. This is called wavelength. It's called wavelength. Right? And second definition is length of one complete wave. That is the second definition we can write down here. Length of, this first one is over, and second definition is length of one complete wave. Here, the length of one complete is second definition. Length of one complete, right? Length of the one complete wave. This is a second definition we can say. So what is one complete wave? So one complete wave is, this is the rest position or mean position. This line is known as rest position. Another name is mean position also we can say, right? So these are the points. These are the peak points on the curve. This curve here, this is the peak point. This is the peak point. This is C, right? This is also peak point here, B, and this is a peak point D. So these are the peak points. These peak points, right? These are known as crest here, and these are known as trough. So this previous videos already explained about these points. A and C are the crest, maximum point B and D are called trough, right? Now, what is one complete wave? One complete wave means this one. This is known as one complete wave. So wave from the mean position having one crest and one trough, and reaching the which position again? Mean position. Starting is a mean position, ending is mean position. It should contain one crest and one trough. Then this is called as one complete wave or one complete cycle, right? So length of this one complete cycle is known as wavelength, right? So we have defined two definitions here. One is the wavelength, length of the wave. Length of the wave is wavelength. What is second definition? Length of one complete wave, one complete cycle or one complete wave is this one. One complete wave is starting and ending position is the mean position, and it should have one crest and one trough. That is known as one complete wave. So length of this one complete wave is known as wavelength, right? So this is the second definition we can say for wavelength, right? And some more definitions are there for this wavelength. Again, I am taking a wave here. Okay. So this is the wave, right? So third definition is distance between this one. This is the crest A, and this is C, this is B, and this is D. Okay. Distance between one crest to another crest. One crest to another crest. One crest to another crest is wavelength. This one. Distance between this one crest to another crest is this distance, This distance is the wavelength. Notation for wavelength is lambda. Lambda is a notation for wavelength. So distance between one thrust to another thrust is a wavelength. That is another form of definition of wavelength, right? And fourth definition is also we can. I am taking this one only. I will change the word here. Fourth one. Distance between one trough here. Distance between one trough to another trough. Okay. Distance to another one trough to another trough. Again wavelength. This one. This one trough. This another trough. This distance is known as lambda. That is wavelength. Right. So here up to now we have defined three definitions. Length of the wave is called wavelength. Length of one complete cycle. It should contain one thrust and one trough, right? And starting and ending positions are mean positions. That is wavelength, right? And third one is distance between one thrust to another thrust, and distance between one trough to another trough is a wavelength. So this is another definition here. Next is one more definition is there. Okay. One more definition is distance from one point of the wave to the corresponding point of the wave. Distance between one point of wave, distance between one point of wave to the corresponding point So what is the corresponding point? We'll see in that figure. Corresponding point, right? Corresponding point in the wave. So this can be again taken as a definition for lambda, that is wavelength. Now we'll see what is the point on a wave and the corresponding point on another wave, right? So already we know that this is the A and C, this is B and D, crest and trough. So I will explain this one. So this is wavelength, right? Now I am taking a point here, that is one point of a wave, to the corresponding point here. This is not corresponding point of this one. Means here actually this is a wavelength. This is lambda, no, this one. This from here to here, this is lambda. So here I am starting from here. So this length here subtracted here. So this length here I am adding here like this. So this part. This length is not there here. Same length I am adding here. So this one. This is known as lambda. Okay. So the distance which is subtracted, the distance here we added here actually. Up to here actually lambda is there, no. So this distance added, this distance subtracted, so the distance is same, so hence it is known as lambda. Or if you take any point here like this, right? So the corresponding point will be this one, right? Now this one means here actually lambda is starting here, but here this length is added here, so here from here to here, this again lambda. Means this part is subtracted and this part is added here, right? And here also you can take any point on the wave and the corresponding point will be this one, and this is known as lambda. This is known as lambda between two troughs. Okay, or you take any point here, you take any point here, this is known as lambda, right? So the distance between two crust or two trough or any point of a wave to the corresponding point in the wave is known as wavelength lambda, right? So these are the definitions of wavelength here. Again I am summarizing here total definitions here. So if you take this curve, right, and this displacement, this is time. So wavelength is lambda, and units is meters. These are SI units here. You have to write down the units also in meters. Okay. Now, first definition which I explained is the length of the wave. Length of the wave. Wavelength means length of the wave. Simple definition. Length of the wave is wavelength. That is the first definition. What is second definition? This one. It should have one thrust and one trough. This one. This is A. This is C. This is B. This is D. So one thrust and one trough. Starting and ending point are on mean position. So this is the complete one cycle of a wave. So the length of one complete cycle of the wave is wavelength. That is second definition. What is third definition? Distance between two crust or two troughs is the which one? Wavelength. Lambda. This is also lambda. This is third definition. Fourth one is take any point, corresponding point, the distance is again lambda. That is the fourth. You take any point here. Here you take the corresponding point will be this one, this lambda. Right? The fourth definition. So this is one of the characteristic of a wavelength. Okay. Thank you.